Here we are, Mr. Crash, Mr. Stand 'em Up. How we doing?
Doing good. I'm doing great.
Let's
How
go.
about you?
Everything good. Everything good. New year. The three of us gonna start doing some content together here. I hope you guys like it. So follow Mr. Crash MMA on Instagram, Stand 'em Up on Instagram, and MMA Today. Or if you speak Portuguese, you can follow this MMA hoje. What are we talking today, guys?
So there's all these rumors that apparently are not rumors anymore. I think it's pretty public at this point. You have a great matchup between Mauricio Ruffy and Fiziev happening in less than a month's time in Australia. And Ruffy, people were already speculating, oh, is he out of the Fighting Nerds? Is he going to do his fight camp over there because he's hanging out with Volkanovski all the time? And apparently, he's officially out, and he's doing his camp in Australia with Volk's team. Wonder what do you guys think about that?
And no one from Pablo, his coach, his former coach, gave him an interview saying he's not going to his corner, right? So there will be no one from Fighting Nerds on his corner. I guess this seals the end of. I think it's so cliche though that he's doing that right after a loss. I love Hoofy, but I just like, come on, dude. You know, like that just shows me that that there's something more to this. And I'm not saying, like, I'm not speculating like a gym drama or anything like that. But that tells me, like, Hoofy is just like, oh, that I lost, so it's not working for me. I'm gonna find a different alternative. I don't know. I don't like that.
The gym brought you all the way. Like you have all your training, all the success you have until now. You did it through that gym. You have other big names in that gym that have amazing records in the UFC, even though like Caio and Gene lost their last fights. You have Carlos that lost one and then came back with two knockouts back to back. I mean, it's his decision. Like, he used to be a shooter box fighter back in the day. Then he moved on to Fighting Nerds, and now he's apparently leaving. I saw in an interview in Portuguese, Pablo Sucupira, the head coach for Fighting Nerds, he did say, like, Ruffy made the impression that he wanted to try like traveling and training in other places, and he was like, "Go ahead, my son." No, you always
but the thing is,
yeah,
the Caio Borralho does that, right? He travels, he trains other places, he trains, but that doesn't mean Caio is leaving. When Ruffy said that, I was like, oh, he's out, because it just looked like this whole, hey, I'm out, but I'm just gonna say I'm not. Like, I said, oh, I'm gonna try this. Like, he's not coming back. Like, come on, dude. Plus, what worries me the most is, like, he's moving to a place, and he's like, with Volk is at the final run of his career. What is he gonna do after? He's gonna train with Adesanya, and Adesanya is in the same. Like, he's on the passenger side of the Volk's car. He's also on his final run of his career, and Ruffy is not. Ruffy is just starting.
That's true. I think he probably looks up to Volk and Adesanya. They're probably like, he's a big fan of them, and he's probably been looking up to them for a long time. And now that he has the opportunity to learn new things from them, guys that he is a big fan of, like, I can see how that would be, like, really tempting.
Mm-hmm.
However, yeah, the timing really does look bad. Like, I could understand the Fighting Nerds guys not feeling too happy about this, but the way Pablo is taking it, he seems like he's fine with it. Kept the doors open. I'm curious how this will play out into his fighting style, and if this is gonna come back to get him in this fight. Let's see what happens.
I'm curious to see what Emil has to say about that, because he's just quiet, like, hey, shut us up. Just say, guys, just cut us over and talk.
So I agree with the timing. It's not good. The timing, I feel like, even at Fight Week, we were there with Pedro and Paris, and I was talking to the coaches, and they were saying, oh, Ruffy is the best Fighting Nerd. He has the most talent. He is so good. He is this, he's that. I was talking like, oh, he has the same movement as Connor, and the coach, jiu-jitsu coach, he was saying, yeah, he's good, he's the best. So it's not that there wasn't any support for him, for example. And I felt like his loss as well versus BSD was more of a loss because of a mentality problem. Maybe he wasn't 100% right in the mindset. I feel like that was more of a problem for him, because when he was doing the things he was supposed to be doing against BSD, it worked. He defended the takedowns at some point. He reversed them as well. But at some point, BSD got him down again. And I feel like he checked out a little bit. And there might be stuff going on. I don't know. And I might be wrong about this. But this is from what I've seen. And I think maybe a new gym might be good for him. And you're saying, oh, Volk is going to retire. Izzy is going to retire. But they have a whole new like team of fighters that's coming up as well, and he could be training with JDM like Volk has been doing, or he could go down to New Zealand, train there with under Eugene Behrman, I think his name is, and that's a great gym as well. So I think there's definitely possibility, but I think it's more of a mindset issue than a gym issue.
Yeah, that makes sense. I think what got him the most was like everyone in Brazil, in fighting nerds, not Brazil, right? Like everyone from the fighting nerds said that Ruffy had the best takedown defenses of the entire fighting nerd teams.
Brother,
they all said that.
I saw it. I remember when we were talking about Ruffy versus BSD, I was telling everyone, bet the house. Because I was in a few training sessions over there, and I watched, they were just training takedown defense, and I saw everybody get taken down once or twice. Ruffy was styling on everyone. So I was like, guys, bet the house. And I mean, I wasn't the only one, though. A lot of people would have said the same. So.
Yes. And then I got this question that someone asked me. I'm not gonna name names, but someone said, "Who was trying to take him down?" You know, he has the best takedown defense in the fighting nerds. Who's the best wrestler that the fighting nerds has?
Caio, maybe.
Exactly, and he was kind of saying that. It's like, look, and Caio he's a good wrestler, but he's not a top level. Like you compare with someone
BSD is not wrestling. A top level either, though.
I know, but
he's a grinder, though. It's different. You can defend maybe one takedown, two takedowns, but at some point, a guy like that will get you.
And he's like, look, he's defending all the takedowns against who? You know, like who's taking him down? And that was the whole point. It's like, yeah, oh, he's the greatest striker at the Gracie Barra Jiu-Jitsu Academy. You know, it's like nobody's doing striking there. So, you know, that was what he was trying to say. I kind of agree with that. You know, like he's the greatest, has the greatest takedown defenses based on what? You know, do you have Yoel Romero trying to take him down, or do you have Mike Brown trying to take him down and he's defending all it's different, you know, like who's the training? John Jones couldn't take him down?
It was a very weird situation because you could tell like Ruffy had a lot of openings in the fight where he could have thrown and hit BSD with big shots, and you can tell he was hesitating because of the threat of the takedown. I think a lot of these strikers, they have to be more confident in their ability to get taken down and getting back up, or at least surviving. Then, I can't get taken down. Because if you're thinking, I can't get taken down, can't get taken down, I'm not going to throw. And if
you don't get loose enough to strike, right?
Exactly. So, and I did feel like he got very demoralized after the fight wasn't going his way. Let's see if that's the case in the future, if he can prove himself, like he can get through hard times in a fight and then come back. Because until now, he had a clean sheet. Like
the cardio, though, I think his cardio is a bit of an issue. We saw it, like you said, against Yonto, but also in his loss before he got into the UFC, he was doing well, and then at some point got knocked out by someone that's now in the UFC as well, Manuel Souza.
Yeah, these guys are beasts too.
You know, he's training at the Fighting Nerds now.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
I saw it. It's cool.
Cool.
So,
but you saw the cardio might be an issue there for him. But also, you were saying like, who was he defending against? Carlos Prates is in the same team, and he has very good takedown defense.
I know.
And he has good get-up game. So
yeah. Well, Carlos Prates, it's not 100% in the Fighting Nerds 100% of the time. He trains in his hometown. I think his head coach there has a lot more input on Carlos training than Pablo does. You know, every time he's there, Pablo is not. It's a funny situation because Pablo is not Carlos' head coach, right? Carlos' head coach is what's his name? I forget. Chris from his hometown, VTT. Like the VTT or right?
Top team,
Yeah. So I think Chris was the guy who kind of like made Prates, right? And they have some great guys coming out of the little gym in Taubaté, Brazil. It's crazy. It's crazy. But with Ruffy, I think it was also the sum of the moment from the Fighting Nerds, because the entire team, like the main team, they all lost.
It all started with him, though. You can tell there wasn't any precedent.
No. But I'm talking after. Like you know, like the decision and all the shit that look. Brazil is freaking nasty. You know, like the in 3 months, those 3 guys lost. Brazil was like, that gym is a joke, and they are brutal. They are brutal. So
MMA fans all over the world were counting people out, and then you had Carlos coming back with a crazy knockout.
Yes,
and now is like, oh, Carlos is the best of the Fighting Nerds.
Yeah, exactly. So just until John beats the other guy, they go, John is the best.
Arnold Allen, man, that's actually that's a topic for another video, but that's something I'd love to discuss, because that's a very interesting matchup.
Let's talk about that next. Just so, how do we see Ruffy and Fiziev? I think it's a tough fight, but I think it's the biggest test for Ruffy and for the public, right? Like we'll be able to see if all the hype is real, because he's gonna face a high caliber striker for the first time.
I don't know. There's a big experience difference here. We've seen Fiziev like mix things up, like he did in his fight with Gaethje. He did go for a few takedowns. If he decides to mix things up and use his experience to his advantage, I think he could have a good night against Ruffy. Straight up striking, 3-rounder. If it's a clean striking battle, I think Ruffy could take it. But yeah, I think with the experience, I would probably lean Fiziev. Of course, I'm rooting for the Brazilian always. But yeah, let's see.
I don't know if I agree with the fact that you're saying like a clean fight, he beats Fiziev. I don't know if anyone can beat Fiziev in a clean striking fight. The kicking of Ruffy is good, but it's not on the speed is not there for a guy like Fiziev. I don't think he gets hit with the kicks that Ruffy throws. So I don't know. It's gonna be technical. It's gonna be very close and competitive. What's up?
Gaethje beat him in straight up strike.
That's not technical. That's wild.
A dog fight. Yeah,
it's a dog fight. It's very different.
Yeah.
It's very different. But if they're like clean Muay Thai, it's 50-50. But
Ruffy
I would
is
say
not Muay Thai though.
Yeah, but you know what I mean. Like Fiziev is Muay Thai, Ruffy is kickboxing, sure. But in the third round, I think Fiziev is gonna win the third, and then rounds 1 and 2 is gonna be 50-50. So I would personally go with Fiziev.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna bet on Ruffy for this, just for the hope. You know, like if he can deliver all that hype that was around him, I'd say this is the moment. You know, this is a fight he cannot lose. This is gonna define. I honestly think it's gonna define his career. If he's gonna be a top elite guy, or if it's just gonna be I hate to say that, people are gonna hate me for that. Or if it's gonna be like I had some Barboza, you know, like some great performances and some shitty performances, like that. It's reality, man. I hate because I don't mean to say Edson Barboza is a shitty fighter. He's not, but he was never on championship level, you know. And I think this fight is gonna define Ruffy for that. It's gonna make the selection up or down, I guess.
I really hope he gets it done. And yeah, man, we'll see very, very soon.
There you go. It's coming.
All right, guys. Thank
All right,
you so
see
much.
you guys.
Talk to you next time. Bye.